city's lease with the NFL team, the Rams, is a gift that keeps on giving. Good morning, David Hunn.
Good morning, McGraw. How are you?
We are doing great. This one is each one's more unbelievable than the last. So, what section of the lease is this bid in?
Yeah, so a part of the lease deals with the Earth City facility. So this is like the practice facility.
Right.
And I have to admit, I had no idea that it existed. I mean, it's buried. You know, this lease is, when I'm talking hundreds of pages, I mean,
right.
It takes up one of my file cabinets, like a whole file cabinet. So, I mean, you know, I have actually gone through a good chunk of it, but I did not, you know, you just don't catch everything.
Right.
And so as a pot sweetener of sorts, you know, 25 years ago now, they added this part where the Rams would be able to not only, you know, have a training facility, they paid rent at first, but they would also be able to actually own the facility outright. It's a gift. I mean, it's really a gift. It's, you know, it's if you stay here 30 years, you get it for $1. What I don't think anyone figured out or realized was that the lease reads like you get it no matter what, whether or not you stay.
Right. And so, since they didn't complete the lease, or they followed the lease and opted out and opted to go year to year, is the argument, since they're going year to year, they broke the lease, therefore they didn't stay 30 years, so they don't get it?
This one is squarely in the legalese category. So the lawyer, so you know, so the Dome Authority, where the Rams used to play, have sued, and the Dome Authority owns that facility, right? So they own it right now, and then after 30 years, the Rams could buy it for $1. Well, they sued yesterday, you know, at 5 p.m. basically, and they said, really, they're mincing words. What they said is the lease says that if the lease terminates, you still get to buy the land, but the lease didn't terminate; it expired. And the lease doesn't say that if it expires, you still get to buy the land.
Right.
So it's really square in the mincing words category. You know, that said, these guys have done that before and won. I mean, it's going to be an interesting battle. If Kroenke doesn't give up, you got two kind of titans of they're going to love it that I just said that of lawyerdom fighting this out in court. You know?
Okay, so this is a shock to the rest of us, but clearly this wasn't a shock to the city, and clearly the Rams knew this. It wasn't a shock to them either.
Yeah, I mean, this just goes to show again that Kroenke, you know, he must set his lawyers to work on this stuff and know every single little clause before he even signs these papers. You know, I mean, just again, remember, you know, he took forever before buying the team, you know, before buying out Shad Khan back, what was that, 2010?
Right.
And
last second. Last
second, right?
Yeah, right.
And again, you know, we all figured that what was happening there was his lawyers were poring over that lease to figure out exactly what they had coming to them.
Yeah.
And I think we just see it again. Here's another example, you know. Not only was the lease so sweet that it let them leave kind of at will, but it also included this gift.
Right. So the land is valued at $19 million, correct?
It was. It took a hit in the crash, but most people fully expect it to go back up to that at some point, probably soon.
Right. How much money is the city, whichever authority this falls under, is willing to spend in court costs to see how far it goes to get back this money?
That's an excellent point. I think that they're half indignant, right? Like, I can't believe that the Rams might possibly want to buy this land.
Right.
And they're half needing that, remember they spent $16 million to try to keep this, plan an NFL Riverfront Stadium and keep the Rams here. So also, McGraw, remember that they don't have very much money. They don't have enough money right now to cover the upkeep costs of the Dome going forward. So they desperately need some kind of backfill.
Which court is this going to be heard in?
St. Louis County.
St. Louis County Court.
Yeah.
And any idea how long this is going to take? Is this going to be a 4-year process, or?
Yeah, right.
It's a question for the lawyers, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, normally this stuff takes a good year, right?
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But the Rams have signaled that they want this land, right? I mean, the Rams have said, "Hey, this is ours. Here's your dollar."
Well, so I talked to the right people from the Rams yesterday, and they wouldn't talk. But let me say this: when I asked them, "Do you want this land?" they didn't answer no. right?
Right.
So, and the Dome Authority has said, the attorneys have said that they have been signaled that the Rams are interested in the land. Here's the tough part: are the Rams really interested in the land, or are they just kind of waiting to see what comes?
Right. Okay. We'll give you $5 million for the land, right, or whatever. I mean,
well,
there's a reason why he's a billionaire.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, have you ever known Kroenke to pass up a gift? I mean, I'm just not sure that's in his nature.
No, it's exactly right. Right. No, it's really fascinating. On the same day that Jeff Fisher is indignant that we would even insinuate that they might draft Michael Sam for anything other than pure reasons.
Remember this too, McGraw.
Yeah.
That Bornstein-Kroenke land out there in Maryland Heights.
Yes.
That they're talking about building a big entertainment retail sports facility.
Yes.
That's just south of Earth City, and that land in Earth City.
That's a great point. And while Maryland Heights is bending over backwards trying to give those guys tax credits, they're sticking it to another governmental entity wanting this Rams Park.
I mean, so many St. Louisans are just going to view this as another slap in the face.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, it's absolutely right. All right, David Hunn. It's all out there. STLtoday.com. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for checking in.
Great catching up.
7:27 here.